Makeup brushes are such a good investment. Once I started using a good quality brush, I realized what a difference that made in application. Splurge on a good brush and you will be amazed at the difference that it makes. The brushes that I use now are these Seint makeup brushes. And the nice thing is they are double-ended brushes. So you are actually getting two brushes in one, which is a fabulous deal. But I want to kind of walk through each of the brushes and tell you a little bit more about it and how you might use it, why you might want it. This one is the 3D brush, okay? And it's got a fairly dense bristle. The more dense the bristle, the more product you're gonna get, okay? So this is gonna be like a medium application of makeup. And then on this end, also a dense bristle in a cone shape, if you can see that. This one's great for all around, really. You can do contour with this side or more precisely with this side if you like a really crisp contour, depends on what look you like. This side is also really good for blending like under eyes and those sorts of things. This is good for applying your highlight and also a really good brush to blend with. So that's the 3D brush. The next one I want to show you is the detail brush. This is probably one of my favorite brushes, and here's why. This little shape here, like an oval, and it's fairly dense, is so good to me for contouring. I love it. It's going to come right under your cheekbone, and you see if I angle this way, it fits right there. So you get that contour exactly where you want it. I use it contour under my chin, on my forehead, and then I flip it, and you've got this smaller end, fairly dense, and I use that for my brightening. So my highlight that goes here, it goes down my nose, so see, it's a little smaller. I come under here, I do my jawline. So this is the detail brush. Another brush I love is this one. This is called the buff brush, all right? So the buff brush is actually the one I used to put on my main highlight shade. I like that it is fairly dense. It gives me a kind of a medium coverage, which is what I like. But you also can use it for contour. Flip it around, you've got your angle there for contour, and then you can flip it around to this side and do highlight because of the angle it gets up in, under your eye well, and then it will, you know, do all the other highlights for you. So that's another good one to get. The next one I've got to show you is this one. This is the blush and bronzer brush. So in its name, it's telling you it's good for blush and bronzer, and here's why. It's a lot looser of a bristle, not as compact. And so it's going to kind of diffuse that color a little bit more and give you a little bit more, a little lighter application, right? So if you're using it to actually transfer, it's going to give you not as much product, which if you've got a highly pigmented color, you don't want so much product. It's really good to blend. It's going to really blur those edges. It's nice and soft. You've got this really fluffy end, really nice for bronzer. You don't want, you know, bronzer to look like bronzer. You want it to look like a natural color. And so this is going to give you that light wash of application. So this is the blush and bronzer brush. Now this little guy right here is called the smudge brush. Smudge brush, that word smudge tells you it's certainly good to use for eyeshadow. All right, so you can definitely use it to apply that eyeshadow. It gives you a very precise application. I use mine specifically for putting Demi, which is a color corrector. I put that color corrector because it fits right in that area where I want to put it. And like I said, it's small, it's relatively compact, so it's going to apply it in a very precise area. Also good if you're trying to cover like blemishes or something and you just want to put it right in that certain area. Now, I will say if you want to use it for eyeshadow, a powder eyeshadow, I wouldn't use the same one then to apply cream maybe under my eyes or somewhere else, but it could be used for either. So again, this one is called the smudge brush. Okay, this was the multitasker brush, and it is a multitasker, I'll say that. This end is so great for lining your lips. It's not too stiff, so it's not like scratching across them, but it's firm enough that it's going to precisely put that line there. All right, you could also use it to line your eyes for sure. This side, it's a nice flat brush there. You could apply your lip color with it. Also, you could use it for, if you like that really precise contour line, you could put that on before you blend it. You could use it to apply here under your eyes. Like I said, multitask. This is the line brush. Now, the line brush has a spoolie on the end, okay? But let's go over here first. This is an angled, if you can see, it's an angled, relatively stiffer brush. It is great for making like those hair-like marks or lines to fill in eyebrows. You can also use it to line your eyes. You could use it to line your lips. And then that spoolie end is really good to kind of tame those eyebrows how you want them. You can put it in brow wax first and then put it on your eyebrow, and it's called the line brush. This one's the eyeshadow brush, but this eyeshadow brush, let me tell you what's so great about this. It's got this bottom side, this side right here, which is really great for a very precise, like if you want to put in your corner. I use it in line with my eyeshadow right under my eye. It's much more precise. The bristles are pretty densely packed. And so that's what that's going to give you. But at the same time, on the other side, you've got a looser brush right here. That side is great for like all over cover and also for blending. So this eyeshadow 2-in-1 brush does everything you need for your eyeshadow. And then finally, this is the wash brush. Now the wash brush has a smaller end here, which is very loosely packed bristles. And then this one's kind of a tapered and very loose. What this is really good for is, again, you could use it for brush or bronzer, just for really light coverage, so you're not getting too much. If you need a color corrector on your entire face, so some people maybe have some redness and they use something to just kind of color correct before they put their regular color on, this would be great for that. Also, you can flip it around and use it for blending here. You can use this side for blending as well. It's going to give you a nice soft blend with that. So that's the wash brush. Okay, so that's it. That's all my brushes I have to share with you. Again, good quality brushes really translate into better looking application of your makeup. So, you know, make that splurge. I think you won't regret it. As far as which brushes to get, these are all great. It's kind of going to depend on the look you like, the need you have, the way you put on your makeup. But hopefully the information I gave you today will help you go in and choose the right brushes for you.